Welcome back to the Hydro podcast, from innovation to implementation. Last time, in episode 0, we traveled through history to see how hydropower started with simple water wheels and fuel human ingenuity to build the first dams for hydroelectric production. Today, we're fast forwarding to the present and the future with a dive into the Hydro project, which is working to give hydropower plants a digital upgrade. Joining us today is Dr. Alkiviadis Tromaras from CER, who's coordinating the Hydro board. Welcome, Alkis.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I'm Alkiviadis Tromaras. I'm a manufacturing engineer working for the Center of Research and Technology Hellas. We are a research institute based in Greece, and we are the coordinators of the Hydro project.
So, let's start simple. For someone who's never heard of it before, what is the Hydro in a nutshell?
The Hydro is a European research project bringing in together 13 partners from 8 countries. Our mission is basically to modernize operation and maintenance of hydropower plants, bringing in digital tools, making them more efficient, resilient, and sustainable. So basically, think of it as giving hydropower plants a digital nervous system so they can sense, think, and react better to the challenges that they face today, especially under climate change and the complex energy markets that we have. This way, power plant operators will be ready to face future challenges while boosting production of clean and renewable energy.
That sounds exciting. What kind of challenges are we talking about?
Hydropower is reliable, but many plants in Europe, they are decades old, almost above 40 years of age in average. They face wear and tear and new pressures like changing rainfall water patterns, droughts, and extreme weather, but they're also required to balance the energy grid. By using digital technologies, we can monitor equipment and infrastructure health in real time. We can forecast water availability and even simulate scenarios before making decisions. All of this helps plants stay productive and safe, even as conditions evolve.
Okay, so let's talk about these digital tools. Simply put, what does digitalization of hydropower actually look like? And how are we transforming hydropower plants?
That's a very interesting question. Imagine sensors as being the eyes and ears of the hydropower plant, tracking vibrations, water quality, or algae growth. Then we have artificial intelligence, working like the brain, analyzing data from the sensors, from the power plant itself, from various sources, predictive if something might fail or it's acting abnormally, or suggesting the best way to run the plant, when to produce or when to go to maintenance. On the other hand, digital twins are like virtual twins of the hydropower plant. So basically, computer models that mirror reality. In short, they allow operators to test what-if scenarios safely in a simulated environment. What would happen if there is a flood or a drought or a sudden spike in demand or an equipment failure? Digital twins can help us understand in a virtual scenario what would happen if those conditions came to be, and they help hydropower plant managers to be prepared to unforeseen or abnormal events. Together, all these tools that we described help operators make smarter, faster, and safer decisions.
I understand now. And the project is not just theory. You're testing this in real plants, right?
Exactly. We're running use cases in 3 countries. In Greece, we are equipping large hydropower plants with sensors for structural health monitoring and condition monitoring. We use underwater inspection drones and digital twins. In Italy, we are focusing on forecasting water inflows with AI. And in Serbia, we are developing systems to monitor biodiversity and water quality in real time. So each of these use cases teaches us something new, and together they show how these digital solutions and tools can be used and they can work across Europe.
So in the end, what do you expect the Hydro to deliver?
The ultimate goal is to make hydropower plants more resilient and adaptive. That means predicting and preventing breakdowns before they happen, running plants more efficiently, saving resources and costs, protecting ecosystems by monitoring biodiversity, and ensuring the security of both energy systems and the data behind it. In short, hydropower that is smarter, cleaner, and ready for the future.
That's a big vision. As we discussed in the last podcast episode, hydropower is in dire need for innovation if we want it to be a trustworthy pillar of renewable energy. To conclude today's episode, what should our listeners remember about the hydro?
The digital tools are not just gadgets. Digitization is key to bringing hydropower sector into the 21st century, making it stronger and more competitive. With the hydro, we're showing that even a centuries-old technology can be reinvented and digitized to face tomorrow's challenges.
Perfect, Alkiviadis. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you to all our listeners for tuning in today's episode. In the next chapter of the Dehydro podcast series, we will dive deeper into these digital technologies and tools that are central for hydropower innovation within Dehydro and see how it works in practice. Until then, stay curious, stay powered up, and keep the current